Hi, I'm Julie. I am the sales manager from Idaho, and I am excited about my topic today that I'm going to talk to you about. I want to teach you about our pork tenderloins. So it comes in this box, and it comes with a package of 4 of these. This is a 10-pound case, and they're conveniently packaged into this little size. So there's 4 of these, and when you open up the package, you get 2 pork tenderloins. So they work out to be about 1.25 pounds each. So total the meat in one package is about 2.5 pounds, which is great. So there is so many things you can do with this. Along with what we're showing you today, I'm also giving you a PDF of 15 mouth-watering recipes to use your pork tenderloin for. It's amazing. You can do everything from something really casual, like a pulled pork sandwich, to something really fancy with this pulled pork. You can use it, you can grill it on the grill. You can shred it and make it into sandwiches, burritos, and tacos. You can throw it in soups and stews. You can marinate it. You can pop it in the crock pot. There are a million things you can do with this. If you have not already been buying this pork tenderloin, you're going to want to start today, especially this month because they are on sale. So one of the things that you can do with this pork tenderloin that is super easy is to use one of our savory sauces from Cornabees. Cornabees has the most delicious sauces. This one is peach habanero, and this one is raspberry chipotle, and these are made in Utah, and they pick the fruit fresh and add in some hot peppers, so there's just a little bit of kick to them, and they're mostly fruit. They have twice as much fruit and half the sugar as their competitors, so you can feel good about feeding those to your family. Throw them in the crock pot, and you have a fabulous meat to be served with potatoes, with rice, over pasta. You can even make it into a sandwich or wrap it in a tortilla. So lots of things you can do with that. Now these Cornabee also has some really yummy fruit spreads. These fruit spreads are 85% fruit, and they have just a touch of stevia in them. So they are really actually kind of good for you, and they taste so divine, so good. So there's only 5 carbs and 2 grams of sugar in a serving of this, only 10 calories. So if you're trying to eat healthy and you want a sweet treat, this is perfect. So you can use it on pancakes, on waffles, you can serve it over toast, you can add it to your sandwich. There is a million things that you can do with this, and the different flavors are so fun. This one's cherry pie. We also have raspberry cheesecake. We have mountain berry cobbler. And we also have fresh apple crisp. Don't they sound so good? Let me tell you, they taste as good as they sound. And not only are they going to be great addition to what you're trying to eat at home, but what a great gift to give that with a homemade loaf of bread. So lots of great things you can do with these Cornabee sauces. This is a great recipe that you are going to love, especially because it's so dang easy. So what it is a pork stew, and I've taken 1 pork tenderloin and chopped it up. And I already have, inside of my pot, I already have my 32 ounces of chicken broth. So we just drop in our meat. And there's a million ways you can season this. And with Allison's Pantry, we have so many great seasonings that you can use. This would be great with a pork gravy mix. This would be great if you follow the recipe and you use the seasonings that are there. There's garlic salt, there's seasoning salt, there's a bay leaf, those kinds of stuff. But today I'm going to use one of my favorite absolute favorite spices from Allison's Pantry that I use all the time on just about everything, and that is our onion soup and dip mix. So I'm just going to throw half a cup in there with that, and then I'm also going to throw in some salt to, just to season it, and some pepper just to season it, and just kind of mix all that up so it's ready to go. Hopefully you're purchasing our crock pot liners. There is no excuse for you to scrub a crock pot anymore. These crock pot liners are lifesavers. So you just throw all that in there. And then we have this. This is your no excuse not to make dinner anymore stew meat. Stew vegetables. What it has in it is carrots and potatoes and little onions and celery. And you can use this for 1,000 things. You can use it for stews, casseroles, a million things. You can even fry it up and serve it with meat. But what we're going to do is pour about half a package of this into our crock pot. Just dump that in there like so. And then we're going to stir it up, and we're going to cook it on low for about 6 to 8 hours, or on high for about 4 hours. And then once it's done cooking, then we're going to add in some cornstarch and see if we can't get it to get thick, bring it to a boil and get it thick, and then it's going to be a perfect stew. So super easy meal that you can get. You can put this on before you go to work in the morning, and then you can serve it with our beehive rolls at night, and it's going to be fabulous. Here's the stew all finished. I actually added a little bit of brown gravy to it, and it thickened up so nicely. Our custom culinary gravies are so good, and they really make this stew fantastic. Super easy, super delicious. This is a great recipe. It is a pork and broccoli stir fry, and we're going to start by making our sauce. It's a half a cup of orange juice, a half a cup of soy sauce, a half a cup of vinegar. It's got some orange zest in it, and also some cornstarch. And we're just going to whisk that together and let it rest while we wait for it to be ready to go. So that's all we have to do with that. Now, we are going to cook our pork tenderloin in just a little bit of water. A little bit of water. I mean a little bit of oil. We're going to get that going hot. And we're going to drop this in. So this is just one of our pork tenderloins. And it's all chopped up. Okay, so our meat is all cooked. We are going to dump this into a bowl. And then we are going to add some green onions and some minced garlic. And we're going to kind of let this cook a little bit. Okay, once your onions and your garlic have cooked for about 2 minutes, they're starting to soften up and turn a little bit more clear. Then we're going to throw in our broccoli. And then we're going to put the lid on it and let it cook for about 3 to 5 minutes till the broccoli's soft. Okay, so our broccoli is soft and tender. It's been cooking with our onions. I forgot to tell you I added a half a cup of water for that as it cooked. Now we're just going to add our meat back in. And we're going to add our awesome sauce that we made. And as it cooks, it's going to thicken up. You just stir that back up a little bit. The cornstarch got stuck to the bottom. So we're just going to add this all in, and we're going to bring it to a boil and let it cook. Okay? The orange in this smells so good. And as you can see, it has thickened up nicely and made a beautiful sauce. And we're going to serve this over rice. What a delicious meal. This pork tenderloin with broccoli stir fry is absolutely fantastic. You will love this. It's a fun, different dish that is just delicious. The orange zest really makes it the best. I hope you and your family enjoys it as much as mine will. Really awesome recipe. And just to save time, what I've already done is seared this pork tenderloin on both sides. So when I took it out of the package, I actually kept both pork tenderloins together. I put some kosher salt on it, and then I seared it in hot oil for just a minute so that it's brown on both sides, as you can see. And now that what we're going to do is this is a mixture of paprika and dry mustard, and we're just going to kind of rub that all over the top of it. We're making a bacon wrapped pork tenderloin, which is going to be so good. So we got that patted all over it, and then we're just going to take the peppered bacon and we're just going to wrap it around it. Okay, once we have the bacon all around the whole thing, then we're going to take brown sugar and pat it into on top of the bacon. And then once we're finished with it, we're going to bake it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 35 to 40 minutes until it has an internal temperature of 145 degrees. Then we'll know that it's done. Here's our bacon wrapped pork tenderloin. Doesn't that look fantastic? This is a meal that you are going to love, and it was easy. It didn't take hardly any time at all. So try this recipe. This is a great recipe. It is a Parmesan encrusted pork tenderloin that your family will love. So what I did was, if you can see this, I just took the pork tenderloin, both of them together, and I just sliced them. So they made these darling little medallions. Aren't these cute? So that's what we're going to work with. But we've got breadcrumbs that are Italian breadcrumbs. We've got Parmesan cheese, and then we've got some spices. We've got some garlic powder, and we've got some parsley and some paprika. And we're just going to mix this up, and this is going to be our little dip that we're going to put it in. And then we're just going to take these and dip them in. Make sure that they're, that the stuff is sticking on it. And we're just going to pop these onto our cookie sheet, and then we're going to let them cook. And this will serve really well with our lamb Weston mashed potatoes, our twice baked potatoes. There's a lot of really yummy things that this will work well with. The Parmesan encrusted pork medallions turned out delicious. Served with our twice baked potatoes and our vegetables. Oh my goodness, what a delicious dinner. And the twice baked potatoes are amazing. All you have to do is throw them in the microwave for 3 minutes. They come individually wrapped, and my family loves them. I'm sure you will too.